Alright, so today, Keychron Q1. Straight up, this keyboard, right out of the box, it sounds like shit. But it's still the keyboard that I would recommend to most beginners. Let's check it out. Alright, so Q1. I've been messing around with it for the last 2 months or so, trying to figure out if it's the best budget keyboard on the market. And if you're thinking about picking one up for yourself, there are some things that I should probably warn you about, and some modifications that I did to improve the board. Yeah, let's get into it. So the Q1, for those interested in the specs, I'll pop it up on the screen. But to keep it short, the Q1 is a 75% compact sized keyboard with a full aluminum case with a hot swappable PCB, meaning you can swap switches in and out without having to solder and desolder. It is compatible with both Windows and Mac with a switch above the USB-C port, and my unit came with a detachable USB-C coiled aviator cable. The cable is nothing too special, but it's better than the ones that you see in most pre-built keyboards these days, where it's just a boring, typical braided cable. The unit I received also came with your typical double-shot ABS keycaps that you see on most pre-built keyboards. It's nothing great, so I quickly swapped those out for keycaps that I thought were more appealing. The thing that I really liked the most was the little badge on the top right. They put my logo right there. While my logo is nothing special, it was really nice that they did that. And you can also get this done on their website for $30. Pretty cool. Now, I'll be honest, the board. So straight up, right out of the box, this keyboard sounds like shit. And there's some pinginess to it. It sounds hollow. So the Q1 will need some modifications because the ping and the reverb from the board is just not pleasant to the ears. So to fix some of the flaws, I took some shelf liner that I found at the dollar store. I used the included case foam as an outline and just cut around that to get the correct size, just to keep it easy. Along with that, I also tape mod. This is where you would apply a couple layers of masking tape onto the bottom of the PCB. As you can see, I already have some here, but I'll just apply a few more just so you guys can get the idea. I should also mention, be very careful with the ribbon cable on the daughter board. It's very delicate. I almost busted mine up. Luckily, things didn't get that bad, but yeah, just be very careful with that. Now let's talk about the other side of the PCB, the stabilizers. The included stabilizers are Gateron screw-in stabilizers, and I thought they were really good. I wasn't expecting much from them because most stabilizers on pre-built keyboards are usually garbage. They're pretty good. For the first couple weeks, I didn't feel the need to tune them up in any way, but to improve them even more, I took a little syringe that was preloaded with Krytox 205G0, and I injected lube into these stabilizers using Minteley's plug the butt technique. I'll link that up here. And I thought this was good enough. I didn't have any rattle, any ticking after that, and that solved that problem. The mod that I felt was most effective was applying switch pads from KBD fans. I thought this had the biggest impact. It really helped with dampening some of that pinginess. I'll link my video of that up here, as well as the description down below. Now let's move on to the competition. There's only 2 main boards that I think it's competing against in that 100 to 150 range. And the first being the KBD67 Lite. While the KBD67 is fairly cheaper with a price tag of as low as $99, but the KBD67 Lite does come in a plastic ABS injection molded case, and you could get the upgrade for the aluminum body for the KBD67 Lite, but that's $125 more. I would just double the overall cost. But if you really want a 65%, then yeah, you could go with the KBD67 Lite. Although the Keychron Q2 is just around the corner, and that is a 65% layout of the Q1. Now the GMMK Pro, oh boy. It costs $20 more than the Q1, coming in at $169 US, and it has a rotary knob on the top right corner, as well as acrylic diffusers on the sides of the board for RGB. And with the GMMK Pro, if you want to remap any of the keys, mess with any of the RGB, you have to install and use their program, the Glorious Core, and that thing was not fun to use. But what's nice about the Q1, and also what it's named after, is that you can use QMK or VIA to remap the keys however you want, adjust the RGB, all that stuff. And I personally think it's much easier to use than the glorious core. And my other issue with the GMMK Pro is the GOAT stabilizers. Everything about them is a joke. And so you'll need to swap them out for third-party stabilizers. And that could be a problem because the plates don't really work too well with specific third-party stabilizers. I'm pretty sure only one works that I've tried, which are C3 stabilizers. And I'm not really a big fan of those. So ultimately, comparing the Q1 with its competition, if you're looking to spend the least amount of money, the KBD67 Lite is a good option if you're cool with a plastic injection molded case. But I prefer something with a little bit more heft to it, like the Q1. And it weighs, I forgot how much it weighs, I'll just pop it here. And if you really love your RGB and you really want that knob on the right side, then the GMMK Pro is the choice. But keep in mind the Q1 is also supposed to be able to use a knob on the top right, but it just hasn't happened yet. Pretty sure that has something to do more with rotary encoders and VIA. That's just my guess. The way I look at it, these boards all have their individual flaws, and I found that the flaws on the Q1 were easiest to deal with. I would say while it's not the perfect keyboard, it would be the keyboard that I would recommend to anybody looking to purchase their first custom mechanical keyboard. And if you're interested in a giveaway, the giveaway details are down below. It is for the Gateron Blues. Yeah. To close things up, I'll say it was a little bit tedious to apply all of the switch pads, but the improvement was worth it. And yeah, I think that's it. Sorry that this took so long for me to upload. And thanks for tapping with me, and I'll tap with you guys next time. Toodles! Should I include a typing test? Oh well. Toodles!